So the thing that you can do right now is you can go to healthcare.gov if you're a person who gets your insurance through the marketplace. If you've never logged on to healthcare.gov and you haven't had to go through the marketplace, I do not recommend you do that because you will get so many phone calls and spam emails and the rest of this. But if you are a person who gets their healthcare through the marketplace, you can go on there right now and you can log on and you can see what your rates are going to look like for next year. And you can compare that to the rates you paid last year. And all of this is directly as a result of this big, beautiful bill that they passed, right? So this is 100% the Republican plan for healthcare that's going into effect. And you can go and look at it. Now, if you don't receive subsidies for your health insurance, there's no change. Like me, I'm not a wealthy person by any means, but I am fortunate enough that when I purchase my healthcare through the healthcare.gov, I don't get subsidies. So nothing changes for me personally. But I recognize that there are people out there who are hardworking individuals who own small businesses, who work for small businesses that don't offer healthcare, who work every day, who get these subsidies. I recognize that. And so you can go there and you can do that and you can look and see what the differences are. So something else that's happened, if back in May of this year, the United States Department of Agriculture, who runs the WIC program, who runs the SNAP program, they came out and they came up with this plan of what they were going to do in the eventuality or the possibility of a government shutdown, because they understood that the government shutdown was a possibility, if not an eventuality. And so they put out what we are going to do if this happens. And if this happens, they put aside $6 billion to allow for the month of November to get paid for with SNAP benefits because they understood that this was a possibility. So they said, here's $6 billion we're going to put aside because we should not be politicizing 16 million children without food. We should not be politicizing, I think, 1 point something million veterans without food. Like, that's not something you should use to score political points. And then here we are now in the shutdown. And the Republicans who are in charge of all of this have said we can't use that money because we want to politicize it, because they have the money. It's appropriated specifically for this, but they are saying not that we can't, but that we won't use it to help hungry children, 16 million hungry children. We won't use it to help the 1 point whatever million hungry veterans who depend on this for their nutrition. We are the wealthiest nation on the planet, and we have decided that we will not help these people because we want to score political points with it. And so if you're a working class American, you're saying, hey, I don't want my money, the money that I pay taxes on, to go to pay for healthcare for people who aren't working. Okay, 40% to 60% of homeless people are working in this nation. But anyway, the original Affordable Care Act taxed the insurance companies to pay for that. The original Affordable Care Act put a tax on the profits of insurance companies to help subsidize the health care for low-income individuals. And now, well, actually, not now, 2017, the administration that came in 2017, that had the presidency and the House and the Senate, they decided to get rid of that tax on the insurance companies. They got rid of that tax and moved that financial burden over to the working class Americans. And so that they can keep doing that, they are politicizing the hunger of children.